know that I'm on my grind. Yeah, I'm self-paid, self-employed. I gotta get paid, homie, I gotta get paid.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of SelfPaid. You have your host, Dom.
Got Alex here.
I actually have a special guest, one of my friends that I've actually known for quite a minute now. His story is kind of crazy. He started working out with me, training me at one of my houses. And when he came, he was just working out at the back of his truck. Now he has his own location. His name is Ricky. He's right here with us.
What's up, y'all? I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me, man.
Nah, of course, man. Excited to have you.
Yes, sir.
We kind of already familiar with like your story of how you kind of started out of your truck and everything.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they want to hear it.
Yeah. So let's just start from there. Actually, let's start from like who you are, like your background, how you get started in the fitness industry, and like where you're at now.
For sure, bro. I'm gonna keep it short and simple. So I started being a trainer like when I was 19 years old. I was working at the Camp Transformation Center at my homie's mom's business, and then from there I was just training. I was training in the Valley, Woodland Hills, and Simi Valley.
Back and forth.
Yeah, I was doing both of those, and then from there, during COVID, she closed down, and we couldn't train for like a cool 6 months. And people kept DMing me like, "Hey, bro, let's train. I miss it. Let's get into it." So I was like, "All right, bet." I had a truck, and I just bought a bunch of equipment, and I would go to people's cribs. I would go to the park, and I would run boot camps, bro. It was crazy lit. It was so dope.
I remember seeing you. You made them run, huh?
Yeah, I made them run for sure.
Yeah.
No, you guys were doing like a running challenge, right? For
Yeah,
like
we were doing what the fuck was it?
It was like a mile a day or something.
Yeah, you guys were doing that.
Yeah, it was something where.
So I met you around that time.
Yeah, so we lived like in the hills, so it was just like we always just told each other like every morning we'll just go run because all the gyms were closed at the time, and they were just actually reopening at that time. So then we had met the mutual friends. I think you said it was Barlos.
Yeah, Barlos.
Right?
Yeah, we met
so
through Barlos.
He used to cut my hair, and then I guess we were hanging out one time, and then we had gotten in contact, and we started talking about fitness. And then one day he was just like, "Yo, let me pull up to your house and train you guys." So we were like, "Fuck it," you know. And where I lived, it was kind of hard because it was like we didn't have a backyard. It was only like a rooftop, so we would train on the rooftop. And we had to bring all of his equipment from downstairs.
That was the hardest part, is getting the equipment after the workout.
It was, for us, trying to bring his shit back down and everything. It was hard.
Like plates and everything?
Yeah, it was everything.
Bro, I had everything.
Plates, dumbbells, medicine balls.
And we had a setup.
He had like little dip things.
The hurdles.
Dip bars. Yeah, the hurdles. That shit was crazy. But basically, okay, so I know you started out of the back of your truck, and you said you started back with originally from the Camp Transformation.
So that's how I like built my following.
Got you. And then
so before COVID happened, I already had a following. So when COVID did happen,
you already had a following from working for the camp. Your page?
No, like PRVL FITNESS wasn't a thing yet.
Okay. Like a business.
But like
you had clients that you were training.
They weren't my clients. They were the camp's clients.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, so like they were members at that gym, and I was a trainer for that gym.
Yeah.
But
what happened? Is that gym still in business?
They're still in business.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Okay, cool.
Shout out to them, man. I wouldn't be there without them.
Facts.
But yeah, when COVID happened, they closed down, and I got that truck, and I bought a shit ton of equipment, and I just started training people.
Damn.
Yeah, bro, it was crazy.
How'd you okay, so I remember it was some parks and then clients too, right?
Yeah.
So you would host boot camps at the parks?
Yeah.
And now you still do boot camps, right?
Yeah, I still do boot camps. That's my background with boot camps.
Beach boot camps and all that stuff.
Beach boot camps, man, I do it everywhere.
That's
fire.
fire.
I saw that.
Feel me?
Even the last one we went to put us through a little ringer.
Yeah. You gotta try one of my classes, bro. That was fun though.
When did you open PRVL?
PRVL? When my daughter 2019. So around the time my daughter was born, I was still working for the camp, and I just wanted to have like a clothing brand.
Oh, okay.
So PRVL was like more of like t-shirts, and like I was making sweaters, and I was selling it out of my trunk to members at the camp.
Got you.
Yeah, it started to become a little issue with the camp. They didn't like that. So I was like, dang, man, I need to figure this out because I want to have my own brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then during COVID, I wasn't working for the camp anymore, so I just named my fitness brand PRVL.
Yeah, PRVL Fitness.
PRVL Fitness, and it's just been going.
Sounds sick too, though.
Thank you, bro. Yeah,
it does.
I've always liked that word PRVL, man. It just means strong meaning towards it.
You got it tatted on you too, no?
I did have it on my hand, and I covered it up because I'm gonna put it somewhere bigger.
Oh, okay, bet.
I think in my stomach. I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, you're fully tatted too, huh?
Almost, man. I'm not done yet.
Yeah. But okay, so when everything happened, when did you actually get your like brick and mortar? Like when did that change to like switching over? Like, when did you become like, oh, I'm tired of working on my truck, tired of doing clients, I want to have my own like location?
Probably like 8 months into COVID, bro. 'Cause
Oh,
I was like
really?
just tired of like
Damn.
unloading my car.
Oh, that's right. This is the one you have now is your second gym.
It's my second location.
Mm,
'Cause
that's
I opened a
right.
small. I opened like maybe like a 1,200 square foot little shack gym,
Really?
and it was in Sherman Way in Canoga. Yeah, it was pretty close to the mall. It was small, but it was dope. And I
Yeah.
had that spot probably for like 6 months.
How was that feeling? Like first
It was the
opening
best
it?
feeling ever.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the best feeling ever. Getting out of the park to
Uh-huh.
opening something that's like yours was.
Yeah.
And like just customizing.
Was there
it.
anything? Was there a level of like fear opening?
No, I think I was ready for that, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I was just so over just like driving to people's houses and just I wanted to have my own little
Your
spot.
own
And that was
spot.
always the goal from the beginning is to have my own gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you said you stayed there for 6 months,
Yeah, I was there for 6 months.
and then you're at this location now.
Yes.
Yeah, because that one's clean.
That one's
Thank you,
cool.
bro.
Yeah, it was nice.
And it's still not even done, huh?
It's
You're
not
still
done
doing
yet.
a lot of stuff to it.
Yeah.
You got the, what are they called? The hex or the
With the
Oh,
hex
yeah,
lights.
that
hex
thing's
lights.
sick.
Yeah, we just got a bunch
you
of
got more
punching
in
ones.
too, right?
Yeah, we have
Damn.
2 now.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, it's just always constantly trying to upgrade because like I feel like once you just get too comfortable and just people get bored,
Right.
you just got to keep these people like
Yeah.
keep them in it.
How do you do it? So I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people that watch, I mean, they come from like me, Alex, and like a couple other podcasters. A lot of them have kids, and like a lot of people tend to use that as an excuse. For yourself, how would you kind of like? I know you had a 1-year-old daughter at the time. How old is she now?
She is 4 years old.
4 years old. So in that process of like transitioning from like hustling out of the back of your truck to getting your first location to getting out your second location, how was that mentally like with the process there?
It was hard, bro, because there was a lot of times where I had to choose the business over being with my daughter, and it was like that for a while.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a good feeling, but I knew it was gonna pay off eventually.
Yeah. Like it was for her.
It was for her, and she just like switched up my whole mental, man. Like when she was born, my drive and my hustle just like changed crazy. I just had I had purpose now.
Yeah.
It was a good feeling.
Yeah, what he describes is like the whole selfishness, like in a good way, right? Because
Yeah.
I like what I tell people, you can't help somebody if you can't help yourself.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, I think I'm not a dad, obviously,
Yeah.
but I think in that moment, I'm sure you had like a level of guilt where you're like, damn, I have to
sure,
pick the
bro.
business over. It's not like you were wanting to; it was because
Yeah.
there was a bigger picture involved.
Exactly.
And then because I didn't see the upbringing, but I see like where you're at now. Recently, I think it was like 5 months ago or
Mhm.
a couple months ago where I saw it.
Yeah, it was a few months.
Like, damn, it was sick. Because I went to your gym the first time. I didn't know it was your gym. I didn't know really much.
When'd
about
you
it.
come?
The pump cover shoot?
No, I went before that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Really?
I went once because I was getting my body scraped.
Oh.
And
Oh, by
then-
Danny.
Danny.
Yeah, and he was telling like how
Shout out to Danny.
you took care of him, and I that's what I knew of you. I didn't know
Mhm.
much about it, and then he was telling me that, or I went like 2 or 3 times, and
And I never saw you, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, you weren't there, and I mean I would go like later in the day,
Yeah.
but I remember.
Oh, he'd open and just let you downstairs.
Yeah, we would go downstairs, and then I would ask like, "Is this your gym?" He's like, "No, it's my buddy's," and so on. And I remember you have an employee there. She's a girl.
Heidi.
Yeah, and I remember like, I walked out and she was like very like, "Hey, how are you?" Like super.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to call it. Like, it said a lot about the company or the gym.
We try to make everyone from that first step in the door just feel like it's home for
Home.
them.
Yeah, that's what it
yeah.
felt like, and I was like, "What the
Mhm.
hell?"
And I see that. I can even see it through the Instagram and
Yeah.
everything too.
That's where we stand out from. Like, I feel like any gym I've been to in the Valley is like, we feel like a family. Like anyone, people come there not knowing anyone
Yeah.
and they're friends with everyone now. It's like so dope to see that.
Yeah, but I wanted to give you props for that because I was
Thank
like,
you.
I'm
Really
sure that was
appreciate it.
like your culture and whatnot, but
Yeah.
the way that she handled like my entering the gym, she was
I'm
like,
glad.
you know,
Shout out
it's
to
like-
Heidi, man. I would not
Yeah.
be here without you.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I can see it through the Instagram too. Even when you guys host like your boot camps and stuff like that, like everybody is just like friends. You guys
Yeah.
even hang out after, go out and
Yeah.
like drink after and
It's
stuff.
a big family, bro. It's a big family.
That's dope. That creating that culture is also like something that a lot of people like even here, like the culture that gets created with him, and within your gym too. I feel like that's necessary in every single business. So
Right.
that's fire. That's dope. Within the hardships, what exactly like during that process did you come across that maybe you can give some advice on, or like anything that happened that you thought, hey, you know, you might not make it, but you end up overleaping, like how do you say it?
Overcoming.
Yeah, overcoming the obstacle.
There's been a couple like tough situations where like I was so used to just working on my own and creating a team and just being that leader. You want everyone to be a reflection of you, and I just felt at a time where I was just not being a good leader. I don't know, and it was I just felt like I was. I don't know, man.
Why do you say that though?
I just felt like I could have just been. I just have a problem with like thinking I can do better. Like every time, I just feel like I can always do better. And there was a time where I just felt like I was being very lazy with everything, just not being organized. Just a lot of little things that like I've definitely fixed now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that comes with clashing into that problem, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe just
everyone has different
reflection, right? Maybe just reflecting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
reflecting.
did it take anyone to tell you that you were being lazy or anything, or did it just?
No, it's just me. Just I feel
Yeah.
like I know my potential and I was not hitting that potential.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And just like creating a team and just like dealing with different personalities has been a big challenge for me, for sure.
Still?
No, not anymore. Like
Now you feel like you gathered like information and
it's
stuff
all about
like
adapting to people's
Yeah.
personalities, bro. You have to in this business.
that. Damn.
So I wanted to know, because obviously Dom knows more about you, but what was your upbringing like? Like, where are you from? How were you brought up, like as a kid and so on? Like, I'm sure you've learned a lot of lessons growing up too.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to know what your upbringing was like.
My upbringing was my dad's an airline pilot.
Okay.
So my upbringing growing up, like we always moved so many places. We would always have to move because my dad was flying private.
Move out of California?
Yeah, well, I lived in Mexico for a little bit, Ohio,
Oh, wow.
a little bit in New York, just as a little kid, and it was like all short spans of time. I was born in Alaska, Anchorage, Alaska.
Oh, really?
No
Damn.
way.
I mean, I don't know about his upbringing.
Yeah. So that's my upbringing. I was born in Anchorage, Alaska. My parents met there when my dad's a pilot out there. And then from there, we just always moved place to place. And then he finally got stationed in LAX, and he's been flying for American Airlines since. My mom has always been a house mom, and she's always been holding down us 4 kids. There's 4 of us, so she's always held it down.
Yeah.
I have
the
a
only boy?
no. I have a brother. His name's Robbie, and
Two
2
sisters?
sisters, Sophia and Juliana.
Are
I'm
you
the oldest.
Yeah, you're the oldest.
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
Yeah, I could see it too.
Yes, sir. I'm the oldest. And then, bro. We grew up in Palmdale, California.
Damn.
Until I moved out to the Valley.
When was that?
I want to say 2018.
You went to
Oh.
elementary school in Palmdale?
Yeah, I went to
What
elementary school. I went to, it wasn't Lancaster. It was called Sundown.
I went to Quail Valley for like second.
What was it
second-
called?
Quail Valley. It was in Palmdale.
Oh,
not
really?
Lancaster, yeah.
Was
That's
it
why
by
I was
the
like,
mall?
no way. What if we went to the same middle school?
Was it by the
elementary?
mall?
It was,
Or on the east side?
yeah, it was on the east
Oh,
side.
okay, but yeah,
like literally when you got
that's a
off
whole
the
different
bus.
hood for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Where does I kept saying it on the way, like Muzzall.
Muzzall.
Where does that come from?
It's French. It used to be Muzzali.
Oh,
And then I guess they took out the E.
Your dad is
My
French?
dad is white.
Oh, okay, bet.
Yeah.
And then your mom is
My mom is a Mexican.
Okay, so that's what comes. Bet. Say less. That's awesome.
hmm
I didn't know
we
you-
were talking about it. I was like, what Juan was like,
Yeah,
Mazzal, and I was
yeah,
like,
he was like Muzzall, and we're like,
what?
I was like,
Yeah,
and then he was like, where does that come
does
from?
it
I
sound
was like,
French to
wait, he's Mexican. I'm like,
Well,
I don't know where that
yeah.
come from.
I took French in high school. And I don't know a lick of French. I couldn't tell you.
That's funny.
Okay, so that's dope. You know, you've done a lot for yourself and stuff. What are some accomplishments that you've achieved that, like, you know, it could be, you know, little trophies such as, like, you know, the car you drive, you know, stuff like that. What are some accomplishments that, like, you felt like, fuck, like this is coming, this is getting together?
Definitely opening the second location.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That was surreal. I got for sure emotional. Just
Yeah.
looking back at like all the like just showing up every day and just not knowing if this is really gonna happen, and then finally seeing it happen was like definitely.
And it's
Good.
just going bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, bro.
Were there moments after you opened the second gym where you thought it wasn't gonna work?
At times, bro, but I just
What
pray to
made-
God every day
yeah.
and just
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like during those times, what do you lean towards for?
definitely God and my mom.
Faith.
Yeah.
And you talk to your mom about it, like what you're going through, or
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Me and her have a pretty close relationship.
crazy. I always ask because I think a lot of people who don't understand, they might only see like the good side
Mhm.
of business, and I always like to ask, like, because even with us, like our first office, this office, there was still like a bunch of crap that we went through, and obviously people don't see it, but when you do understand, like, because you opened a second gym,
Yeah,
right? And I'm assuming a lot of people think it's just smooth sailing.
it's not smooth sailing.
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, there's highs and lows.
Yeah. So it's God and your mom that help you kind of
Definitely,
keep
she
grounded.
just helped me believe that it's gonna work out. You know,
Are you naturally a positive thinker, or do
For
you
sure.
overthink a lot?
I overthink a lot, but
Uh,
at the end of the day, I'm more of a positive thinker.
And then in case you need reinsurance, you go to mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm in doubt, I go to mom.
what about you?
What?
Like, do you think you are more positive or more of an overthinker?
I'm an overthinker. for
Yeah, me
sure.
too.
I'm over.
I deal with that.
I
I'm like,
hate
what the
that.
fuck?
Yeah.
Because you always can feel like you
Yeah.
can do better at something, like little
Yeah.
things.
Like when I struggle with stuff like that, I overthink that. Like there's 24 hours in a day,
Yeah.
and let's say I'm awake all 24 hours. Like 23 hours, I'm gonna sit there like, oh crap, what could go wrong?
Yeah,
And then the
exactly.
last, before I try to lay my head, I'm like, okay.
What do you guys overthink? Like how you can be better? Like
A lot, like within anything, if there's a certain like circumstances that come into my life, I'm like, fuck, it could either go this way, and I think of all the bad stuff, and then
Yeah.
I think about the good stuff. I'm like, okay, but he can go this way.
yeah.
So I'm always just like, fuck, you know. It's always like that risk where you're like, should I just do it this or play it safe, you know? So
Yeah.
that's what,
No,
like-
but to answer, like, before I even answer your question, I wanted to bring up like your humility. You're very humble, and like every time we talk about accomplishments or whatnot, you always like to
refer back to
refer
this.
back to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Heidi and Danny and whatever.
Yeah.
So I wanted to
In the gym.
let that be known, but
Thank you, bro.
um,
You really can't do it without a team. Like you
Yeah.
really need a strong core team to like
Yeah.
really help you get to the next level.
But what I was gonna say is like in terms of overthinking, I think you just, at least for me, maybe because you're naturally you lean towards like the other, because that's what Ed Milet says is like there's people that overthink and whatnot. But when I overthink, it goes into like if this is the issue, it turns into a completely different issue as I
Yeah.
continue to overthink. No, you can't relate.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, and that was like something where I dealt with it recently, bro. Like I'll tell you after.
Okay.
There was he knows about it a little bit about it, but I had a lot of money like scammed.
From you?
Yeah, but it was like a banking issue.
Okay.
But like, yeah, and so that happened, and there was a bunch of different issues that we were dealing with, and I was like,
And then everything just added up and it's
everything added up, and I
Fuck.
was like, and I remember like just like 2 weeks ago, I was here by myself in this office. It was Saturday at like 4 p.m. or something,
Mhm.
and I was just pacing. And nobody knows now.
You were just
know.
pacing.
I was here literally pacing back and forth, like what could go wrong? What could go wrong? I sat down for like 10 minutes, and I was like, what the hell could go wrong? But that's what I know I need to get better at. Is I always think that if I were naturally more positive, and I am, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
it takes effort for me to, right? Where I have to like, okay, I convince myself it can be, but I feel like if I could get better at that, we would be further. I'm sure maybe you
Yeah.
might think the same way.
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. Positivity helps out a lot.
Yeah, for sure plays a big part within it.
Yeah.
Especially when things are you're back against the wall. The
Yeah.
only thing you can do is just think positive and just
I
keep
agree,
moving.
man.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was going through a conversation, like our pictures, like my pictures. I was going through like archives, and I remember seeing a conversation where I screenshotted between him and me,
Uh-huh.
and we had just opened up our first office, and COVID happened,
Yeah.
right? And I the conversation, like mind you, just so we don't get too deep into this, like we're not like willing to hurt ourselves. Like it's
Yeah.
all dark humor, but the conversation we're having is like, dude, I'm gonna kill myself. Dude, me too. Like you want
So you guys opened an office before COVID, and then COVID happened.
we opened an
then COVID
office
happened,
2
yeah.
weeks before COVID.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
And you guys had to shut it down immediately.
No.
Hell no.
Okay.
No.
no.
Well, we
Yeah. It was in a closed facility like this, so it's like
yeah.
nobody would know if we were open or not.
Okay,
Yeah,
bet.
nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, nobody knew. But the funny thing was, they closed it, and we were like, I remember being in the car with him, and I was like, this is bull. Like, just keep going. And we ended up, and then I remember having drinks with you at Bar Louie.
Bar
The-
Louie.
yeah,
It's been a
literally
minute
the
since
day-
I-
The
everything
day it
before everything
happened.
closed?
Yeah. So he showed me his phone. He's like, dude, they're doing a lockdown tomorrow. I was like, this is bull. There's no way.
I feel the same thing.
Yeah. And then that happened, and I think for like a good I don't know, 3-4 weeks, we would just go to the office just to go, and we would just
Be there.
drink and be there.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
watch the news.
Just hang out.
Yeah.
Literally. And just say how everything's bullshit.
Yeah, it was bad. It was, I mean, that was like our first, like, it was scary because we opened it and we had no money coming in.
Yeah, it was just a risk.
I mean, obviously I think not knowing that was gonna happen was a blessing though, because I think if we knew that was gonna happen, we probably wouldn't have moved in.
Yeah.
So I look back at it now, I'm like, all right, I'm glad that
Glad
it happened.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason,
Yeah.
you know.
Because even then, they're door knocking with mask on, 6 feet, and we're just like, knock, walk back. And
Crazy
just, like,
times,
people were
man.
answering
Crazy
the window
times.
and shit.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we overcome a lot of shit that, I mean, within every business, you just got to keep pushing just like yourself,
We're savages, man. We got to overcome.
Started from the truck, behind the truck, even with a 1-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And still
Yeah.
pushed
No
through it.
excuses,
That's
man.
crazy.
No excuses.
Literally.
That story is sick too. The one he told me before, where you would pull up to people's houses with gym equipment in the back.
Yeah,
Like
bro.
car
We're
seat.
And the car
unload.
seat, and the car seat in the back. Yeah.
Like that's hustle.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. That's dope. Okay, so I mean, you've done a lot for yourself, We already know the story from when it's happened, how it started, to where you're at now. But what about the future? What do you see yourself on how everything's going? What are the goals that Ricky wants in life?
I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I think I want to take my gym to main cities like Miami, New York, Texas, and just franchise it out and just make it something huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my next goal.
How do you feel about the whole franchise? Do you think because obviously nobody's gonna care for your business more than yourself.
Myself.
Exactly.
See, that's where I don't know. Maybe I just want to have 4 locations and not go like too crazy and have like 100, 200. I just maybe want to have 4 in main cities. And that's like my goal. I want to have one in Miami, New York, and Texas.
Those
And
here,
LA.
here, and then
Yeah,
those
I want
three.
to have those.
Damn, that's fire.
I think that's like a dream of mine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you have people in mind already
To help.
Yeah.
facilitate that?
Mhm.
Oh, bet.
Yeah, I have good people around me, man. I really do.
Bet.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
So it could happen sooner. It could happen later.
It can happen sooner than later. Yes.
Yeah. Say less.
Damn, that's crazy.
We just got to take over LA first. I feel
Yeah.
like we're getting there.
So you want more locations here, or
Well-
you want the name more here?
I want the name bigger here.
Okay.
Yeah, I want the name super big where I can go to Miami and there's already clout. There's already like hype.
So you'd have just one fat ass location here,
Mhm.
and
Be the
then
mega-
like
the
to
hub.
get that big, the
yeah,
hub,
yeah.
and then so where you're at right now, it's still temporary in your vision.
That one's
right now.
temporary, yeah, for
So
sure.
you want like a big location
sure.
for like
I want to be able to have a mix of a boot camp gym, what I have,
Mhm.
and a mix of like a Gold's gym, like a 24, where it's an open gym. People can go there 24/7.
yeah.
It's not just class based.
They
Because I
scan
feel like
in
I'm
and
limiting
stuff.
myself to just classes where
yeah,
I want people to go when I'm not there. Like
yeah.
I feel like that's the next goal, and just having like a full training facility, like ice baths, saunas.
Oh,
That's
shit.
fine. There's a gym in
Showers.
San Diego.
What's it
I
called?
forgot what it's called. I'll get the name of it and let you know.
Yeah,
He's like a big bodybuilder and he has one location, and that gym has like what's that cryotherapy?
Oh, that
Yeah.
the
you
ice.
see, like
he has
stuff like that is
He has
awesome, man.
is that's the ice pool thing too, right?
the ice baths.
Yeah.
The plunge.
Yeah. He has a plunge. He has that. He has enough for like to do boot camp shit. Literally exactly what you explained is the
Yeah.
gym that he has, and it's a pretty big facility. But it's expensive. I mean, well, you get all that,
Mhm.
so it makes sense. And they only allow a certain amount of members inside, so
Gotcha,
you have
yeah.
to apply and then wait on a wait list and then see if you get
Yeah.
accepted to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you want to
it's
be
pretty
like
dope.
that, like exclusive, or
I want to be exclusive. I don't want to
Yeah.
be like a 24
Yeah.
golds. I want to be exclusive.
Because that gym is open 24 hours and you scan in. Like there's like a my apartment and like you scan
yeah, you
with your
scan.
phone.
You
Yeah,
see,
exactly.
That's what I want to have, like a
Yeah.
scan entry.
Yeah, that's
You
dope.
don't need a front desk.
That's
Like,
dope.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, and then people can go at 24 hours. Like, with their
Exactly.
phone.
Yeah.
that's a gym I'd be down to look at.
Yeah, for
And I
sure.
feel like that everyone just likes the aesthetic of my gym and just like how I designed it.
No,
and I
yeah,
feel
no,
like
it is.
cool.
It's clean.
Thank you,
Dim
bro.
with
Very
the
nice.
with the lights and
Feel
just
me?
it looks cool.
So if we can just get
Was
that,
that
to
you? Sorry. to
Yeah,
cut you
yeah, I
off.
designed
Like,
it.
You
Yeah,
designed it.
yeah.
Damn.
That's always my vision, to have it all black and just cool lighting and wood platform for deadlifts and all that. Like,
Came out nice.
thank you, bro.
Yeah,
It's
everything's
getting there
dope.
one step at a time.
Do you have any advice that you want to give anybody, whether they want to open up their own gym or how to get
Life.
started in the fitness industry or in life in general?
I say my biggest advice is to not look to the left and right of you. Stop trying to compare yourself to others and just really try to compare yourself to your potential, That's my best advice. And just show up every day, even if there's no reward, man. You just got to show up every day and just keep going. It doesn't happen overnight. Stay dedicated.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's-
That part.
Yeah, that's something that I wanted to ask you. Whenever we ask for like advice, right? So you talked about basically not comparing.
Yeah.
Is that something you struggled with?
Yeah, for sure. I was very competitive and just try to be better than everyone.
Uh-huh.
And that's draining, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you just really just try to focus on yourself and how you can be the best you,
Yeah.
that's where you're at peace. I don't know. I feel better that way.
Yeah, that's a mindset.
Especially in this
for
industry
sure.
of fitness, it's super like competitive.
Yeah, I bet a lot of it's like
Yeah.
I mean everyone wants to be like a fitness.
Feel me? That's
Yeah.
why I just happy I feel like I'm in my own like bubble. I have my own team. I don't go anywhere else. Like I'm in my own bubble and I
Yeah.
love it.
I'm sure you take care of them, which is why there's like
Yes,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. Damn.
but shit, this it's been open since 19. So what is that? 4 years? 4
Yeah.
years now?
So the new location I opened in December of 2021, and then the prior location I opened at like probably February of 2021.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So but you said PRVL started 19, but it was
And 19
mainly
was clothing. Like it was clothing for like a
When
year.
did it transition to
The gym.
gym?
Well, it transitioned into like the boot camps at the park and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So like 2020, and then 2021 it was his first gym, and then
2022 was the second gym?
end of 2021,
Gotcha.
2022.
Oh,
yeah.
it was fast.
Yeah, it was everything moved so fast, bro. It was crazy.
That's good. Well, damn, congrats to all the success.
Thank you.
It's been a
Y'all too, man.
good story. I didn't know about your upbringing and all that stuff, and I wanted to have you on the pod too because obviously there's a lot of people that are in the fitness industry and want to see something like that. You're still on the rising, man. It's not obviously we're not done. You're not done.
We're not done.
Like it's
Yeah.
still gonna keep
Job's
going.
not finished.
So congrats to everything, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Wish you the best with it and
Y'all too.
everything. If you guys want to check him out, feel free. We're gonna hit everything in the description down low. We're gonna have his address on there, his the link for his Instagram, Feel free to follow him if you guys want to join some boot camps.
PRVL
Yeah,
Fitness,
really
Encino,
though.
California.
Yeah,
Let's get it.
I noticed too. You give back.
Oh yeah, he gets back.
Yeah,
So,
you get back.
I was
There it
supposed to go to that
is.
one, but I was just like, fuck. I
Oh,
woke up
you
the
got to
next
come
day
to
and
the
I was
next
like,
beach
fuck.
charity event.
Yeah.
But
And we also
explain the beach charity events for the
Yeah.
next time you have one.
I don't know when the next one is, but
Fine, follow him on Instagram. You'll know when to the next
PRVL
one.
Fitness, or follow my main account, Ricky Muzzall. So we had a beach charity event probably like a month and a half ago. We did it for Mental Health America, and we got like literally 100 people showed up to the beach wearing all black. We had a DJ. We had a booth there, like Nutrition Shop, a few other companies, and we raised up like $2,000. That was
Alright.
amazing. We gave it back to
Yeah.
Mental Health America. So I try to do that annually. That was our second one.
That's nice, dope.
Yes, sir. So stay tuned for the next one. I want
Yeah.
to keep doing things like
Oh,
that. It
yeah. If
feels
you guys
good.
have any if there's any sponsors out there that want to help or anything like that within us or him, feel free to let us know. We're more than happy to take on anybody. I'm pretty sure you guys are too.
Of course.
Even when
And
we can when we
yeah.
do our food drives and stuff.
yeah,
You guys do food drives?
yeah,
We do it
every
every
year for
Every
since fucking
Yeah.
even
I think I
before-
peeped that
even
actually.
before.
Yeah, you guys
Paxton
give
and
back too.
everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
one of our core values.
Yeah.
So,
Even before it was
Yeah,
just us
even
two. when
before it was
when
literally
You
just us
can't be
two.
greedy and just take.
Yeah.
You got to give back.
yeah, but that's what I would say is, I always. There's that saying like if you want it, you got to give it first,
Mhm.
and then there's also that saying of it's a bigger blessing to give than it is to receive,
Mhm.
right? And I think about it sometimes where, I don't know if I would be here if I didn't give, right? Like they always say like if you want something, give it first. Like if you want money, give it first. If you want health, give it first, and
Love
so
that.
on. And so, I'm not smart enough to come up with that. I heard it somewhere, and it sat with me. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, well, this is what I want in life. How do I get it? And so I'm very big on like, I like seeing guys like succeed. Like dude Miguel right now, like if he
Yeah.
can keep it up, like he's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
But the way I think is like, if you want success, then let's try to create it for you, right? And I think it says the same thing whether you think about that or not right now. Even with your guys, like and again, your guys are the reflection of you, and that's why I walk into the gym and I was like, again, I didn't know you at all. I didn't know
Yeah.
who you were, and I was like, this is nice. Like I want to come back.
You got to come back, bro.
Yeah.
We got to get a workout in together.
let's get it.
Even Dom, I'm calling him
Yeah.
out right now.
Come on, we there. I'm
Let's
down.
get it. Yeah, but congratulations.
Thank you,
it's
guys.
nice to see because I heard about it brief, when you were training him from the house.
Yep. Next time I'm on this pod, it's gonna be even crazier, man.
Facts, 100%.
Yes.
That's dope. I mean, we're just getting started with this podcast too, so
Self-paid, baby. Let's get
we're
it.
not even. Again, this is not something for like us to just go viral. This is just for the people that follow us. His people, our people, his people. We just want to share our stories. Hopefully, you guys learn something. Hopefully, you guys learn something in this podcast. Take some information and do something with it. Stay tuned to the next one, and we'll see you guys on the next podcast.
Take it easy.
Peace.